response to this incident that happened with the Apache helicopter in the Strait of Hormuz. Well, I hope you can hear me because the wind is really strong. And right now, it's being reported that the United States is carrying out attacks on various locations in Iran. The locations being attacked right now are Basra, Abbas, Abadat, which is an area that has been attacked several times by the United States. Kersh Island has also been attacked multiple times by the United States. It houses radars and Iranian military equipment. Several drones that attack ships in the Strait of Hormuz are launched from there in an area called Sirik Port. City Port has also been attacked. Another important military site tied to the Strait of Hormuz. Well, right now these attacks are happening. They started at 5 p.m. as announced by SEDCOM. Well, that's part of what we're experiencing right now. Pepe mentioned to you about an hour ago that Israel was warning they were going to make moves, and the United States as well. It hasn't been made very clear whether these negotiations will continue, although Iran assures that they have no problem carrying out attacks and at the same time negotiating with the United States. We'll see if anything actually happens or if it just ends here again. But anyway, in the morning, Trump assured that he was just about to enter the final phase of these negotiations, which seems like every time he says this, something happens. And well, right now these attacks are happening. First, the helicopter incident, obviously, which has an impact and is seen negatively by the United States. Trump assured that, well, there had to be a response to the... And now, well, here is the response from the United States to the attack on the helicopter, where fortunately no US military personnel lost their lives, because this could definitely escalate. The level of the attack could have escalated if these two soldiers had lost their lives, but fortunately those same US military personnel were able to save themselves. Well, I mean, they were just a hair away, right? The truth is that the fact they were saved isn't because Iran was being nice. It's simply because they have the training and they know what to do. But the reality is that it seems like Iran doesn't care anymore, or it doesn't care if something happens to the US military, because, well, about a week ago, Trump was saying that he wasn't willing to make any strong moves in Iran unless something happened to American soldiers. And it seems like Iran heard this and is playing a little with this red line that, well, Donald Trump a week ago made a move. So maybe they're testing whether or not it's possible for the United States to do something if American soldiers lose their lives. At least that's how it seems to me, right? With this move involving the Apache helicopter, which, well, crashes and, well, they survive, but it's not because of Iran, right? Maybe Iran did want them to lose their lives or for something to happen to them later to see how real this red line is. In the end, the hardliners in Iran, the Revolutionary Guard Corps, they're not interested. They're not interested in an agreement. They already want to go to war, or for them to be given the entire list of demands they've made, which, well, we've already talked about here several times, which is that they want to control the Strait of Hormuz and get paid for it. The other point is that they're not going to give up anything nuclear. Today, they repeated again that no, they're not going to give up anything nuclear, that they're going to keep it all. Well, even though Trump keeps saying yes, 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 that they're going to give it up, that they've already agreed, well, they obviously keep repeating that this is nothing more than a fantasy of Donald Trump. And the topic of United States bases, which has barely been discussed, I think maybe it is an issue that has been around. Maybe it's a line that's already been blurred. Maybe they have already brought it up. Some believe United States bases should leave the region. But the nuclear issue and the issue of the Strait of Hormuz are 2 points that are not being addressed. And the issue of Hezbollah is also another matter that doesn't seem likely to be resolved. And it's important for this agreement to happen, right? Well, I really don't know if this agreement is actually going to happen. Honestly, every day it feels like deja vu, like we're repeating the same thing over and over again. Let's greet Letty and Jose Dominguez. How are you, Letty? And Alicia Freire are here too. How are you? Victor from South America is also here. He says, we're cold. Well, here it's warm, but it's nice. So far, it's been good. Now, I had to do the live stream from my phone, a short live stream. Greetings to Sass, who says, the only one who doesn't understand is that Iran doesn't want any agreement with Trump. He's being naive. Well, yes, that's the reality, right? The reality is that Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps isn't interested in any agreement. They're not interested in reaching anything because at the end of the day, they want to say that they won and they want to keep this. They want to benefit from what they've done. Because yes, if there is a reality, it's that this war has made Iran more powerful. They have power over the Strait of Hormuz, and of course, they've lost things too. But they've gained something, which is the Strait of Hormuz, and that has a lot of value, both in the sense that they have a leash on the world, because when it comes to oil, they can close the Strait of Hormuz whenever they want. Something that used to be just a theory, they've already put it into practice. And the other point, obviously, is the nuclear issue, which doesn't seem like they're going to get rid of it. They don't want to give it up. The new supreme leader himself has said that it's something sacred and they have no reason to give it up. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Trump still believes, according to him, that it's going to happen and get done. He keeps repeating this. He gets angry when the media says it's not true, when Iran says it's not true, that what he says has not been accepted. And well, the only thing that happens is that he doesn't want to accept something that's obvious, and he doesn't want Americans to find out about it. That's the only thing these comments of his suggest when the media gives the other version, right? Because at the end of the day, the media, we journalists have to give all sides of the story. And if the president tells you yes, that there is an agreement, but on the other hand, Iran tells you no, that it's not true, well, you have to present on all sides. Greetings from Puerto Rico. I want the blessing and peace that you bring with Iran. It would be better if it ended already, since so many Latinos are in this war. The other day there was talk about the number of Latino soldiers there are, and many of them have also lost their lives. Of those who have lost their lives, a good portion are Latinos. It's a very complicated issue, but well, it's part of what happens. In the end, it's a war that doesn't seem to have an end. No, it's not very clear. But well, I'm leaving now, guys. Greetings. Let me see about Trump. He's a taco. Yes, well, he's a big taco. Greetings. Greetings also to Felix. Many greetings to Felix. Greetings also to Garman. And greetings to Daza. Greetings to Das. Daza, your mom, how are you? Also to Efrain, to Marvin, to Mauro, to Eliseo, to Daza. It's going to be Daza soon. And well, guys, see you in a little while. Obviously tonight, as always, at 9:30. So see you then. See you later. Thank you so much for being here. On WhatsApp and Instagram. That's where we send you the notification. And it hit me. Well, bye. See you later.